What's up guys? Good morning, and how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well out there, because today I've got a good one for you. Unfortunately, it is the end of the riding season, and yeah, nobody likes to see the end of the riding season because that means no more riding. And it's time to put the bike away, unfortunately, but I got some tips for you guys to show you guys exactly how to put your bike away, to store it properly so that it stays good and nothing happens to it, and so that it stays well maintained and you don't have any issues in the spring when you're taking it back out. So let's go and hop on the bike right now.
And we're back on the bike. Much better. Oh man, how much I miss riding this thing. And I'm not trying to make excuses or make up reasons or anything like that, but honestly, with everything going on this year, I just wish I had more time. I love riding this thing, and I've got a couple things lined up for it in terms of mods and future plans, because I'm not done with it yet. But life kind of got in the way this year, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean we are going to stop with the SV. The SV is not going anywhere. It's probably my favorite bike so far that I've had, so far that I've ridden, and we will be adding more parts, more mods, and possibly even a new bike, who knows. And I've been doing my best to wait as long as I can to put this bike away, because I didn't want to put it away. I honestly haven't felt like I've even started riding it this year, but it is what it is. The time has come. As you can see, most of the leaves have already fallen, and it is mid-November now. So we have to move on to other things such as off-roading and Jeep content, because here in Canada, once it gets a little bit too cold, it's not fun to ride, not just because you get cold, but also because the bike isn't up to it. The tires start to chirp, they don't want to grab, they don't like to grip around corners, and the last thing I want is to drop this thing or lay it down because I wanted to go for a ride and I was too eager to wait till the proper temperature and the proper riding season. Because yeah, there's some people that like to ride all year. I'm not one of them. I like to store my bike in the wintertime, and that means it is time to do some regular maintenance, and that includes changing the oil, doing some lube, cleaning the chain, and also fuel stabilizer, which is where I'm heading right now. I actually am fresh out of fuel stabilizer, so I need to go pick up a new bottle, because that is very important if you keep your bike in any kind of colder temperatures. Even if you keep it in a garage like I do, it's not gonna be ideal, because it does still drop down pretty low, like I would say close to freezing, not below freezing, but pretty close to freezing. So you want to make sure that in case anything does happen and it does go below that temperature, you have some fuel stabilizer in there, keeps your fuel stable, keeps it from building up too much moisture, and it also keeps it from just gunking up your lines and having issues in the springtime once you take your motorcycle back out and you want to start using it. Some people drain all the fuel completely and they leave it completely dry in there. Now, that's not my preference. Some people like to do that for different reasons. I don't like to do that because I have seen over the years certain people, they will get rust in their tank because the tank is dry all winter, and it does build condensation because of the temperature changes just throughout the day. You'll have fluctuations up and down of maybe even 10 to 15 degrees, and that could build up condensation inside the tank. And if it's empty, the condensation is going to sit there, and it's kind of going to start to get into all the little crevices and all the little pores of the metal, and that's what starts rust. So having it full of fuel with fuel stabilizer saves you of that headache and of that worry, and at least you have a full tank of fuel so that you're ready to go and you don't have to really mess around with storing fuel in a separate tank and a separate canister or whatever the case may be. And yeah, so I am gonna go pick up myself some fuel stabilizer, and then we will go ride a little bit more, top it off with some gas, and then I'm gonna go change the oil and show you guys the rest of my procedures for putting the bike away before the winter. Oh, we still have a water. Well, now we have a fuel stabilizer. You better fit in here, you bastard. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna fit. Beauty. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta get a few shots for the Instagram, you know? Now that we're done with our business, time for some pleasure, which means let's go for a ride. Oh man, I don't know if you guys have ever driven by like a coffee factory or something like that, but we've got one not too far from where I live, and you can smell it for like a mile around the entire place. Like I'm telling you, 2 kilometers circular distance, no matter where you are, you can smell it. Like it smells like you're making coffee in your car, and it smells awesome. I love it. But driving by this place, the Krispy Kreme, holy shit, that's another level of smell. When they start making those donuts fresh in there, whoo, buddy, don't get me started. And I was looking at these things online the other day, actually, the Trailhawks, the little Cherokee and the Grand Cherokee, and I'm thinking, like, what the hell what trail am I taking these on that it can handle? Like, I understand every time I go on a trail, there's some guy in a Camry or a Corolla, but I don't know, I'm not that guy. Like, if I'm going out there, I want to ride in something that's actually gonna be able to handle the terrain and I can have a good time. And that, it just sounds like a struggle and a lot of body damage. Trail rated. I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. I really don't know about all that. And my favorite run in the city has to be this one. And if you know, then you know. But I think I'm going to ride around for just a little bit longer, enjoy this weather, and enjoy just riding. And I will catch you guys in a minute as soon as I get back, and I will show you guys exactly what I do to store this thing for the winter. And we're back in the garage. Still got the Jeep here, dirtier than ever. Gotta go and give this thing a little bit of a wash. Yeah. She is filthy. But I have pretty much everything except for the drain pan. I've got my Motovlog 7100 full synthetic. I've got my crush washer and oil filter. If it wants to come out, yeah, there we go. Crush washer and crush washer. I've got my crush washer and oil filter ready to go. I've got my fuel stabilizer with water remover, so that's the stuff you want. This is the stuff that's going to give you the best results over the winter. But I do not have a drain pan, so I can't drain the oil on this. I can make a makeshift one out of one of those bottles over there, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to just use the right drain pan, because then I'm gonna have to pour it from one of those bottles into another one of those bottles, and it's just a pain in the ass. Plus they're already filled with windshield washer fluid, and all my vehicles are full of windshield washer fluid, so I don't want to waste it. I don't want to just pour windshield washer fluid down the drain. That's not good for the environment or for anybody, and it's a waste. So I guess I'm gonna go grab a new one, and I will meet you guys back here. Hopefully the sun doesn't fully set, because it is starting to come down, as you guys can see, but it is what it is. So let's go grab ourselves a drain pan. I'm gonna come back. If I have to, I'll throw some lights in here and we'll get this thing done, and I will show you guys exactly what I do to take care of my bike for the winter. But the first thing that I already did is I went and gave her a nice clean, gave her a wipe down, made sure I got all the dust and all the grime off of it, and I've already done a chain cleaning. So once you finish your chain cleaning and you lube it and you clean your bike off to a nice satisfactory level, fill it with gas, which I have just done. As you guys can see here, we've got a nice full tank. There we go, cover the glare. We've got a nice full tank, and she is very full. I don't even want to open it right now. So, like I said, let's go grab a drain pan, and I will meet you guys back here. So we are back now. I got the drain pan, and we are ready to go.
So let's drain the oil on this thing, then we'll add the fuel stabilizer I got, and then we'll let it run for about 15 minutes so that the fuel stabilizer can work its way through into the actual fuel system, into the lines and into the injectors and everything, all that good stuff. But yeah, first thing, let's drain this oil and let's get the new filter and new oil in there. So if you ever wonder why they call it a crush washer, this is the old one. You can see how it looks like there's almost two washers there. You can kind of see the lip. And this is the new one. So as you can see, it is solid. Well, it's hollow, but it looks like one piece. And once you actually torque it down, you end up getting something that's like this, which gives you that seal. You can even see it kind of sticks out a little bit, and it even has that little bit of a lip that goes inside with the bolt. Filter didn't want to come off, so I had to give it the old screwdriver in the side and then just crank her. But nothing too hard. Some asshole, I guess, put it on a little too tight. Brake clean, cleans your floors, cleans your brakes, cleans everything. But yeah, don't clean your hands with it. Always check that this gasket isn't still here. And for all the people that keep commenting on my oil change video, yes, you do lube this gasket. Get some oil, get it on there. Now you can even go as far as filling the filter before putting it on. I don't, because I like to let it run, get up to temperature, and then I like to check the level like that. But to each his own, and don't over tighten it like I do. Just hand tight should be good. Now I'm just gonna clean the area up, fill it with oil, and we'll let it run for a bit. And all right, now we can add the oil in. Okay. This is red. Never had that shit before.
The oil?
Yeah. Never had a red one before, but all right. I guess
the red sport oil.
I guess that's what it is. Not gonna lie, the red is kind of throwing me off, but on the bottle it says 4-stroke motor oil, 7100, 10W40, 100% synthetic. It's made for motorcycles. I bought it at a motorcycle only store. I'm gonna have to trust it this time, even though it looks real suspect. I don't know, let me know in the comments section if any of you guys have actually ever used this stuff, but yeah. Well, it's kind of weird seeing red oil in the window there, but I guess it is what it is. This stuff is supposedly the good stuff. I don't know, you guys tell me. But let's start her up, let's let it run for a bit, and then I'll check my oil levels again. But I've put in the 2.5 liters that is supposed to be in there. Now let's get her running. Oh, actually, I'm forgetting something. I've got my fuel stabilizer. Make sure you guys read the directions on the back, because each one uses a different amount. But for mine, I'm gonna need about 60 milliliters. So let's get it up right there. And I like how easy it is to actually use this. So now I just pour it in.
And now it recommends to run your engine for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna run it for about 15 minutes just so that it gets nice and warm. I can check my oil level and it gets all the way through my system. And yeah, if you can, go and put this stuff in while you're filling your gas so that if it kind of mixes properly. I don't know how I'm gonna mix it other than letting it run, but yeah, it's better if you do mix it while you're actually filling your gas. Best I can really do right now is ride it around the block a few times and get it to swish around while I'm going left and right and just leaning the bike a bit. About 15 minutes now. Let's shut her off and let's bring her inside. We'll check the oil. And it's perfect right in between the lines, right where you want it. I know it's a little bit hard to see on the camera because of the glare, but it is right there. So I actually did end up adding a little bit more oil because it was a little low, but now we're good. So fuel stabilizer, oil change, cleaning, and now I'm gonna remove the battery and keep that inside on a tender. Oh, you can hear the boys going. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the camera, but there's some guys ripping it up there on their bikes. Next thing I usually like to do is grab an old shirt or a rag or something and I stuff my exhaust. Now the reason I do that is so that no critters or creatures get in there and make a house out of it, because that's not going to be good for anything. Not for them, not for the bike. So just let's try to keep them out of any open spaces. And some people even go as far as checking their air filter and airbox in the spring. I don't have an airbox mod, so I don't really worry about that too much, but that is another thing you guys should watch out for. And especially when you have fairings, creatures will like to go and make nests inside of your engine and behind the fairings and all of that stuff. So just be mindful, make sure you check for mice and nests and whatever in the springtime. But I will be keeping my bike in here. And in here means not in its regular parking spot right here next to the door, but in here between these two walls on stands. And that includes moving all of this stuff. So I'm gonna get to moving all of this stuff, all of these tires and all of this other junk. And as soon as I get some space in there, I will see you guys, because I'm not gonna bore you guys with me cleaning the garage. And now all it needs is a cover, and it's good to go for the winter time. Had to take off my bar ends to make it fit in, but as you guys can see, it fits really well. Now I just got to take care of this. Yeah. So once I'm done with this, I'll catch up with you guys. Woo! And we are done. The garage looks a little bit different. We've got all of the stuff. Let me get the light for you guys. And let me smash my light for you guys. All right. So we've got all the stuff that was previously over here, all on that side now.
and you can almost kind of make out a motorcycle in the back there, kind of. So yeah, I basically just threw a sheet over it. You can still see the Smokin monkey sticker there. But basically I just threw a sheet over it because it's not going to be exposed to the elements. It's just going to be here in the garage. So it is on stands. As you can see, the front stand is there. And the back stand is there. So covered her up just so that she doesn't get dusty. But as you can see, keeping it nice and safe. Tires off the ground to avoid flat spots. I changed the oil, we added fuel stabilizer, and we also cleaned it up, lubed the chain, checked the tire pressure, all that stuff, and made sure that I took the battery out. So with the battery, I'm gonna go inside right now and show you guys exactly what I do with the battery. Now for the battery, I'm gonna connect these two leads, and then I will be able to plug it in inside the house using this battery tender. And I usually plug it in for about 1 or 2 days a month and then just leave it in storage inside the house. And this prevents it from going dead, it prevents it from freezing, and it gives you a longer life on your battery. I've actually never had to replace a battery on any of my motorcycles, and so far so good. So yeah, I recommend taking it out of the motorcycle. Even if you have a battery tender, don't leave it in the cold because that will help to diminish the life of your battery. So bring it inside. I'm going to connect these guys right now. I'm going to plug it in and we should be good to go. There you go, guys. So plug this in for 1 or 2 days every month just to keep it nice and charged and keep it topped up. You don't have to keep it plugged in the entire time because it is going to stay nice and charged as long as it's not in the cold and it's indoors. But that's going to have to wrap it up for today, guys. I know it's kind of sad the bike is put away. I don't want to be putting it away, but it is what it is, which is why I need to move to a warmer climate. Got to get out of here, hopefully sooner than later, and then we'll be able to ride all year, we'll be able to wheel all year, we'll be able to do everything and actually enjoy all of our toys. But for the time being, I got to deal with what we got, and it is what it is. So I put the bike away. Hopefully we get to pull it out sooner than later, and yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys do for your bike and how you guys store them for the winter. If you even store it for the winter. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. Like I said, don't worry, there's tons more coming for the SV650. I've got a lot more planned, and hopefully next year will be a lot more productive because I know that this year was a total flop. But hopefully you guys can forgive me, and hopefully you'll be there with me for the next one. So if you're new around here, jump down there and hit the subscribe button because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. And until then, ride safe out there, guys. Peace.